Hello, today I would like to go over a really fun activity that you can utilize with your alternately assessed students when you're working on the Science Essential Element 5 PS 2-1, which is creating a model to describe energy from the sun. So we are going to talk about solar energy, and we are going to go over a really fun activity that you can either model for your students or have them participate along with you. And we're also going to utilize some resources that I found on education.com that I embedded into a Jamboard. So let's get started with solar energy. And our lesson objective for today is students will observe or participate in creating a solar oven. Let's go over the definition of solar. Solar means of, relating to, or caused by the sun. So let's go over what is solar energy. Solar energy comes from the sun. The sun is an important resource as it helps sustain life. Without the sun, our planet would have no life. Through the use of technology, we're able to harness the energy from the sun and convert it into electricity. And so there are a couple of ways that we already do that and get solar energy. And this is through solar cells, which are tools that change light energy from the sun and other light sources into electricity. You'll notice many calculators have solar cells to power them. There are also solar panels, and that's a group of solar cells connected to form a large flat surface. And you can often see these solar panels on tops of roofs of houses or buildings. Okay, guys, so now let's think and draw. What do you think a car powered by the sun would look like? We can draw a picture. You can write down some words after you draw your picture, or maybe a sentence to describe what you drew. So this is how I would go into then using some prior knowledge for your students, going over, starting off with, the I do component, explaining everything, and then have them participate with a little think and draw as like an entry slip or a do now. Right. So another thing that I want to tell you is that I found this worksheet right from education.com. When you have the free subscription, you are allowed to download up to 3 different activities, worksheets, or lesson plans from education.com per month. And every month it'll reset. So if you use the free option, which is what I used, you can still find a ton of materials that are really useful and very helpful for the classroom. And then another thing I want to show you is I also like to break this one worksheet into 2 different slides on Jamboard, because I feel like it's a little easier for certain students who are alternately assessed to first focus on the description, the explanation of solar cells and solar panels, and then asking them as an I do, as a do now, for them to think and draw. Right, so what do you think a car powered by the sun would look like? And you can have your students find a picture, draw a picture. They can describe their picture with a few words. They can describe it in a full sentence. Wherever your students are at, you know them best. You can then have them participate and get excited to start thinking about how the sun can power different things, right? So then after we work on that, we can move right into making our solar oven. So now I'm going to show you some of the steps that we use and some of the materials we're going to need to make our own solar oven today. And it's going to be super fun and super exciting. So the materials that we need are a box, and that could be a pizza box, that could be a cake box, or even a shoe box if you have it around the house. We're going to need some aluminum foil. We're going to need a ruler. And then we're going to pick out some snacks. So maybe some marshmallows and graham crackers, some chocolate and graham crackers, some cheese and crackers, or cheese and tortillas, whatever it is you have at home that you can use, or whatever it is that you like to eat that we might want to see how we can bake in our solar oven. So let's go through the steps together. Step 1 is to fold the foil on top of the box. So now, guys, I'm going to show you how I'm going to start doing that. So here's my box, right? I got a cake box. That's what I had around the house. So I grabbed that. And then I took some foil, right? So I have a strip of aluminum foil, and I took 2 big strips. So the first strip I took and I put right on the box like this, and I folded it right down. See? Just like that, okay? So then let's go through and see what our next step is. Our next step, step 2, is to fold the aluminum foil to the bottom of the box. So now I'm going to take that second piece of aluminum foil and I'm going to place it right down in my box. Squish it, squish it, squish it. And then make sure sure it all stays together. And then I'm going to show you right here, as soon as it's done, how I put it on the bottom of my box. See? Super, super simple. Fold it in the best you can. No problem if you can't get it. And then you'll see I have my box right here all created out of aluminum foil. You can see the inside of the box is all covered, right? Now guys, let's check out our third step. The third step is to use a ruler to prop open the box. Now, as you can see from Miss Dawn's box, she chose a cake box and it just happens to pop open by itself. But I did get a ruler just in case, and I'm going to take that ruler and I'm going to place it right here. See? So that is going to pop my box open. So in case I need to place it there, maybe it's a little windy when I put it near the sun, maybe the dog walks by, knocks it over, I want to make sure that my top stays open, okay? So I'm going to use a ruler. You can use a stick if you need. You can use anything that you have around the house, maybe a pencil help stick it open. That's totally, totally fine, okay guys? So let's move along and let's take a look at step 4. Step 4 is to grab your snack. So Miss Dawn grabbed her snack. She has some cheese and some crackers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crackers. I'm going to place them in my box, lay them down 4 at a time. And then I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on to see if I can use my solar oven to melt the cheese onto my crackers to make a really cool snack. So I'm going to sprinkle it on right there. All right, all 4 of them. A little more for the last one. And there we go. Now we have to find out what our last step is. So it says, find a sunny area to place your oven. So I'm going to place my oven probably in the backyard or close by my backyard to make sure that I can have the sun touch my little cheesy snacks that are in there. Then my ruler fell out as I was trying to show you, but let me show you what my little crackers look like. I'm going to pull one up for you. You can see right here, I put some cheese on it, right? So I have 4 of them. I'm going to put my ruler back in there, no problem, to make sure it stays open. And you can see here is my experiment. Here is my solar oven. So this is a really fun activity, guys, that we can all do with the stuff that we have at home. We can use any sort of old pizza boxes we might be recycling, a shoe box we might have in our house, or even a cake box, right? And then you find some snacks that you want to try. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to check on this. We're going to make sure that we keep it inside, right? We don't want anything to grab it or take away our snacks, and we don't want it to get dirty. So we're going to try to put it by a window that'll have a lot of light. And then we're going to check on it tomorrow and see if we notice any changes. Did our solar oven work? Did it get enough sun that it was able to use the energy from the sun to melt whatever snack we wanted to put on our crackers, our tortillas, our graham crackers? Okay, so it's going to be super exciting. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun creating our solar ovens together, and I can't wait to check out what happens tomorrow. All right, guys, we'll see you then.